Everybody ready? Roll camera.
Speeding.
And playback.
Ronnie Smith, I play the drums.
I'm Bruce Moyer, I play guitar and sing.
Dave Eberhofer, I play guitar and sing.
Louis Newmeyer, I play bass and sing.
I guess I sing too.
He does. That's the problem with going
If you want to
first.
call it that.
It's a long story, time-wise. I've known Dave for 20 years probably now. And, you know, every once in a while we'd end up at someone's house and there'd be a jam. So one night, he and I were both there, and you got to suggest songs for jams, and I suggested a song, and then I suggested another song, and Dave was going like, "Whoa, is this a Rock Pile tribute band?" And that was, years went by, and I just kept thinking about it, and I put out a feeler on Facebook. I said, I'm thinking of starting a tribute band to Rock Pile, Nick Lowe and Dave Edmunds, who's in.
I think one of the things that makes it kind of unique is that it appeals to people. There's a little bit of a cult following for Rock Pile out there, people that really like them a lot, but they were together such a short time, and it was now 40 years ago, so they're sort of forgotten. But those people come out of the woodwork when anybody like us plays their songs, because you don't hear it that much.
Well, when I think of Rock Pile, first of all, I think of, the principal songwriters were Nick Lowe and Dave Edmunds. So even though there was only one official Rock Pile album, there was actually about 4 albums that the same group of guys played on, but because Nick and Dave were on different labels, they couldn't use the Rock Pile name, so they put out a couple of albums under Dave's name and an album and a half or something under Nick's name. They were essentially Rock Pile.
The other thing that makes them fun, I think, is that the two lead guys that we keep referring to, Dave Edmunds and Nick Lowe, have very different musical styles. It works well when they play together, but you can really tell the difference between the Dave Edmunds stuff and the Nick Lowe stuff. So it's like you don't get bored, or at least for me.
Right.
You go from sort of a cute pop song.
I remember the night the kid cut off his right arm.
To just a
To
pretty
just
hard
rather
rock.
than rock and roll, yeah.
The reaction is always positive. I don't think we've played a few gigs maybe where there weren't many people there, but we hardly ever
Everyone
play
walks out.
gigs when people aren't paying attention.
Yeah, they respond.
Almost always paying attention.
When I was young, love was fun. I was so happy. I looked so good. I dressed so snappy. 2-tone shoes on my feet. Big old smile on my face as I moved around all over the place. But now
For me, and I think these guys too, it was just, we love their music so much. It's just to be able to be in a band that works hard at it. So we actually rehearse. A lot of bands don't rehearse these days. So we can work out details and stuff. And it's just fun to pull it off and do a adequate job.
Bands are notorious for infighting. We've all been in other bands that, sort of dissolved because people couldn't get along or whatever. I think you kind of learn from those experiences too. But we seem to get along pretty well, and I think each of us individually was sort of attracted to the idea of being in a band with the others because we all kind of knew each other to varying degrees.
Yeah, this is like bucket list for me. It wasn't on my bucket list until I said, who wants to start a Rock Pile tribute band? And now it's become that, you know. I have this saying when it comes to relationships, that each person in the relationship needs to feel like they're the lucky one. I feel lucky to be with these three guys.
You can find us on Facebook, Pile O Rocks, and we're also on Instagram. It's PILEO''ROCKS.
PileO'Rocksmusic@gmail.com.
Gee, I didn't know that.